Assalamualaikum, my dear students of class 7. This is your teacher, Miss Yusra Mughal, and I welcome you again in our virtual classes which is being organized by Metropolitan School. So my students, there is a newly addition in your syllabus, that is your poetry book. As you have seen and as you people know that we are always working on the betterment for our child. So for your betterment, we are now introducing you a book which is My Poetry, and it is being written by our very respectable academic director, Sir Danish. The quality of writing is that this book is written in a very simple and easy language so that everyone can understand it easily. So my dear students, with a proud, I can now start with another interesting poem of the book. Is The Land I Love. That a humble gratitude to our homeland, our country. So this poem is just to say thanks to our beloved homeland, our country, and it is beautifully written to say humble thanks to our beloved homeland. And in this poem, which is based on the 4 stanzas, and I must say that this one is one of the beautiful poems of the times. Right, my dear students? So starting from the very first stanza, the land I love on earth, a gorgeous, precious heaven, none but my land of birth, my lovable, lovely heaven. So in the very first stanza, the poet says that the land which everyone loves on earth is a gorgeous heaven. And which land is this? The land of birth where we born. This is our lovely heaven. So heaven, a place that is safe and peaceful and where people are feeling protected. So let's moving towards the next stanza, the second stanza of the poem. The snowy mountains shine, the field prolific sway, the mighty waters join, the plains and sunshine play. So in the second stanza, the poet is talking about the things which we are blessed, and Alhamdulillah, the Pakistan has been blessed with each and every beauty, natural beauty. We have the mountains, we have the fields, we have the plains, we have the very, snowy mountains, the northern areas of Pakistan. They are very, very much beautiful. We have rivers, we have sea, we have forest, we have everything. We have an agricultural land. So Allah has blessed us each and every thing, each and every beauty of the nature. So in this second stanza, the poet is talking about those natural scenic beauty, right? So let's moving towards the third stanza. Appeared on map of world, year 1947. The green-white flag unfurled for Pakistan, my heaven. So in 1947, the 14th August, there is another country which is appeared on the map of the world. That country name is Pakistan. The green and white flag of Pakistan is open and it's newly included in the year 1947. I owe you gratitude. Thank you. I breathe so free. May rise your magnitude. Live long, my dear country. As our country gives us protection, as our country gives us independence, as our country gives us name, which is the most important thing. So for that we can move freely anywhere. So what we'll have to do, we'll have to just want to do something for our country because it has done so much for us. So for that only reason that we can breathe free over here in an independent country, in an independent state, we can practicing our religion, we can practicing our other things, and we have a name that yes, we are Pakistani. So may Allah gives our country prosperity, importance and the progress, and may the developed country in the world, and may the progress is rising day by day. and it will remain forever and ever. This is basically the dua for our country, that live long, my dear country, and this is everyone's will and everyone wish for their country, right? Moving towards the exercises of this poem, that you will have to do the things which is under the heading retain the meanings, in which you will have to write down the meanings of the words which are being given over here. So you can do it in your copy. If you are made the separate portion in your copy, do it in the separate portion, otherwise you will have to do it in your text copy, right? So the words are: have in a place that is safe and peaceful and where people are protected. Prolific, producing a lot of crops. Sway, to move slowly from side to side. Twine, to wind or twist around something. Unfold, to open a flag. Owe, to have to do something for somebody because they have done something for you. Gratitude, the feeling of being thankful. Magnitude, the greatness or importance of something. Now there were some questions given under the heading of ponder poetically, in which number 1, the question A is: what in your eyes is the value of freedom? So what do you think that what the freedom is? So you can write down in your own words that how do you feel what is freedom? How do you feel that when you are in independent country, and what is the meaning of freedom or independence for you people? You can write it down in your own words. B, write down what you find beautiful about your country. There are a lot of things which anyone can find beautiful about their country, so you can write it down by your own words. In C, which places of the country is the poet hinting at in the second stanza? The poet is hinting the snowy mountains, the plains, the land, the prolific. So there are so many things that the poet is hinting on the stanza number 2. So you can write it down in your own words. Now number D, give one rhyming word for each of the following. Now this is the question which you are very much familiar of, that you are giving the rhyming word for each of the word which is given. The words are earth, heaven, shine, play, world, gratitude, tree. Rhyming word, the same sound words, right? So we have another lesson, that is the smuggler's revenge. So it is very interesting lesson. You may found it very interesting, and it is retold in easy language by B. Mendelssohn, and the passage below comes at the end of one of the stories, the custom officer story. It tells you a story about a young custom officer whose name was Harvey, whose duty was to prevent smuggling. Now what is smuggling? So anything or any goods which are secretly which are taken secretly in the country without paying any duty or the taxes to the government are called the smuggling item. And that time this was very common in England at that time when the story is being written. So by the name of the story you can easily imagine that the smuggler's revenge, that smugglers take revenge from some of the officer. So Harvey, who had a wife Lucy and a son Alfred, worked hard at his task, and he wanted promotion. So he caught so many smugglers that they decided to teach him a lesson. The smuggler decided to teach Harvey a lesson. So they tricked him into meeting them at the top of a cliff where they intended to kill him, and at the last moment they changed their minds. Instead of throwing him over the cliff, they left him hanging over the edge, holding on by his hand, which were tied together so that he could not climb to safety, and if he let go, he would fall to his death on the rocks below. This is what Harvey has in his mind, because the smugglers blindfolded him, the smugglers tied his mouth as well and blindfolded him. So that's how Harvey couldn't able to speak, Harvey couldn't able to see something. So he doesn't know that he is hanging not on the cliff, he is just above 3 feet above the ground. He can easily climb the ground, but at this situation when he was blindfolded, he doesn't know that at how worse situation or how good situation he is, right? So basically that was a trick which was being played by the smugglers. So as this story is very much, interesting, it's you can take it as a joy, you can enjoy the story, but there is a very strong message after reading the story, and the message was that always, whatever the situation you are in, you can always overcome that, how to control your emotions and how to come out from the worst situation of your lives, right? So it has a very strong message that how can you come up with the worst situation in your life, because all the time of fear, at some time of fear, it is not important to think about, okay, if you are not here, then it will not happen. But you will have to think about that if you are here, and how can you come out. Like, you can also say that you can always think about the future and forget your past if you want to be successful in your life. So this is basically the very important message from this chapter, The Smuggler's Revenge. So there are some grammar exercises. Exercise A of page number 113, in which you will have to add the future perfect tense of the verb given. Now, what are the future perfect tense? Any action which is being completed in the future time is known as future perfect tense. Will have and shall have are the helping verbs. You can do the exercise B of page number 113, in which you will have to add the present perfect tense of the verbs given. You will have to do the exercise C of page number 114. Complete these sentences using either the present perfect or the future perfect tense, right? So my dear students, time for the home assignment. You will have to do the vocabulary meanings, idiom phrases meanings in your text copy. You will have to do the exercise A and B of page number 113 and exercise C of page number 114 in your grammar copy. You will have to write down a letter to the principal requesting him to issue your school ID card, and do the exercises of poem in your text copy. Right, my dear students? I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Allah Hafiz.